basics this week. Did you think you did that today?
Yeah, I felt like we did, and that helped us. We spread the ball around a little bit. We had some stuff, some good runs early. We had some throws that opened up the run game a little bit. And I think spreading it around helps a lot. And you get Brandon, he's such a big physical guy out there. We had him in some one-on-one situations we're able to take advantage of. But I think that was the plan. And early on, we struggled a little bit, whether it was penalties or not picking up third downs, and the defense really kept us in it, kept going, giving us possessions. And it was nice to score at the end of the half there and get some momentum for the second half.
Surprised that Brandon was in single coverage as much as he was today?
No, not really. I mean, just based on kind of what they have done all year to, number one type receivers, they'll double a little bit, but we felt like we'd have them in some situations where we'd be able to take advantage of it. And there were times where he was singled up, where Deck got balls and Quincy got balls, and so I just think that's important for us as we go forward to spread it around.
What's your reaction to Devin Smith's TD?
It was great. I mean, it was such a trust throw. He had to cross the face of an inside leverage corner. He goes up and makes a great catch. But that, all week people kept asking me about him, and he's a guy that has played in big football games and made a lot of great plays, and so his emergence and just the fact that he's going to continue to get better is really going to help us.
How critical is it just to position yourselves entering December to have a chance here? It's kind of a muddled mix of teams.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want. You want to be playing meaningful games in December, and that's kind of where we're at right now. The season hasn't been perfect. There's been a lot of bumps so far, but we're playing meaningful games right now, and we've just got to continue each week to put everything we have into it and win these games.
So how much did you put on yourself to help, I guess, right the ship, for lack of a better word?
Well, I mean, we just as an offense, there's a lot of things that we need to continue to improve at, and like I said all week, just hard work throughout practice. Thought we had a great game plan going into the game, and we had some guys really step up today. But it's a game where you can't do it on your own. You need all 11, and so the second you think you can do it on your own is when you kind of press and get into some trouble. And so I thought, as a unit, especially from that last 2-minute drive on into the second half, we played well.
Ryan, you guys always have confidence in yourselves, but you went through this cold stretch. What was the feeling seeing that you were able to kind of put it together and turn it around?
Well, it's fun. It was kind of the theme of the locker room before the game was let's go out there and have some fun. It's not a whole lot of fun to not play well and to lose and all that stuff, and let's just go out there loose and have some fun and see what happens. And I thought that's what we did today.
You look at a guy like Brandon, we know how skilled he is, but even with the single coverage, you can throw to a guy that's covered because he can make a move. Can you talk about that, the skill he brings? Yeah,
I mean, it's he's a dominant receiver in this league and has been for 10 years, and so the confidence factor. When I throw the ball to him, I know he's going to come down with it. And I just, I felt like we did a good job today of taking it when it was there, and not me especially not forcing it, not forcing the issue when things weren't happening, and that's something we just got to continue to do and get better at.
Is it easier for you to avoid forcing the issue when you're playing with the lead and when you're able to?
Say that again.
Is it easier for you to avoid forcing the issue when you're playing with the lead?
Well, I think in the first half, we were up 7-0, and we stalled out and didn't have a lot going, and we still just stuck with the plan, and even in the second half, whether it was throwing to Quincy or Deck or checking it down, whatever it was, just try to play a smart game today to spread it around.
You ran a number of sets with Bilal and Stephen Ridley and 3 wideouts. Was that just kind of a different wrinkle for today?
Yeah, just a different wrinkle. I think, after last week and the way that Bilal played, he's a guy with a very high football IQ. We want to get on the field, and so we just felt like it was a different wrinkle, different look, and a way to get him on the field a little bit more.
Right, what does team put on itself today?
What's that?
How do you feel like you played personally today?
I mean, I wish, in the first half there's some throws I wish I had back, but I'm happy coming out of this game in terms of, obviously the way that it went. We scored touchdowns in the red zone, all that stuff, but, just staying away from maybe forcing the issue a little bit and just staying patient throughout the game. I felt like that was something I wanted to do, and was able to accomplish today.
Ryan, what does the team learn about itself today, from bouncing back like you did for the last 4 or 5 weeks, having gone the way you wanted? What did you learn about yourselves today?
Well, it's just nice to get that winning feeling back. I think all along we feel like we have a good football team, and it was nice to go out there and show it today, to go out there and play well. And now we've just got to start over and do it again next week.
Was there anything that led you to believe that this might happen? I mean, it's been over a month since this team has played a game like this. Anything that says?
I mean, we go into every game hoping that we're going to score, 5 touchdowns and kick a field goal and get to 38 points and all that. But I don't know. I mean, I think having a familiar opponent, so personnel-wise, just knowing these guys a little bit, and then just we had a good week of practice. There was a good vibe, and I think it just kind of shows the maturity of our team.
What did you see on the touchdown passes to Brandon?
The first one singled up. He was in the slot, was pressed, and so as long as we could keep the safety off him a little bit, I felt like we had a good chance at that one. And I put that one up in the air quick, so I wasn't sure what happened, but it's always good when the crowd cheers and you're at home at least. And then the second one was just single coverage. Was able to communicate with him and throw it up, and it was a great example of him just being a huge target. Me putting it in the area and him going and getting it.
And the Decker touchdown pass?
Decker touchdown pass. Yeah, they doubled Brandon on that one. Had a second guy over there, and just felt like Deck had the best route for us in terms of what he was running, and again, big physical guy that I could just whip it out there to him, and he falls in the end zone.
Will you be trimming your beard every week?
No, I don't think so. It was just a little long, but I need it to grow on a little more. I kind of miss it.
There'll be a lot of hoopla next week because of your opponent, geography involved. I was just curious, going back when you were at Harvard, was there a difference when you were preparing for that Yale game as opposed to other games just because of the hoopla?
Yeah, there was. There was always something added to it, and it's the biggest thing with I don't know how much you want me to get into the Harvard stuff, but the biggest stuff with the Harvard-Yale game is that it's like when you play football at Harvard, you usually don't go on to play anywhere else, and so that's for the seniors. That's the last football game they'll ever play, and so there was always, because of the rivalry, but also because of that being the last football game for 30 guys, it was always a huge one. So hopefully this next one isn't our last one ever, but we are definitely looking forward to it.
Must win, but did you guys feel like you really needed this one?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to right the ship, and we needed to come out, and this was an important one for us. That being said, it makes next week's even more important. They're just going to continue the importance is going to continue to add as much as we keep winning, and so, we just, come out and have a great week of practice again.
The last one back here?
Ryan, turnover battle seemed to get away from you guys past 2 weeks. How important was it to kind of win that one heading into this game?
Yeah, that's important, and sometimes that gets skewed if you're down in a ball game, and turnovers tend to happen more when you're playing from behind or trying to play catch up, and so it helps. Jumping out to a lead helps with that stat, and that was what we were able to do today with the lead. I think that helped us a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks.